everybody, it's Sarah. Today we are going to make Easter Rice Krispie treats, and usually I have a different setup, but we need to be on the stove for this video. So I have kind of turned you around in my kitchen. So I am going to show you what you need to make these bars. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. So most people know how to make Rice Krispie bars, but I'm going to make a video on it anyway. Reference for my kids if they ever want to have their mom show them how to make Rice Krispie bars when they're at college. So these are the Easter ones. So I have a heavy stock pot like this, my all-clad one, my favorite recipe, my favorite pan. I'm going to put it on about 4. I'm going to tilt that down a little bit so you can see it. Okay, what you need for this recipe is I use the mini marshmallows. I got these at Target. You can get them anywhere. Mini marshmallows, 1 bag of mini marshmallows. You need 3 tablespoons of butter. The 3 tablespoons of butter I am going to put in the pot like that to slowly start melting, along with the mini marshmallows. You can use the big marshmallows, and if you do, use about 40 of them. We have marshmallows all the time because we have s'mores, lots of s'mores at our house. And at the cabin, we use a lot of marshmallows. Okay, so you put those in there. Now this is going to slowly cook. You don't want to scorch the marshmallows. I've done that a few times. So you can kind of see, maybe like that so you can see it. Okay, so that will start to melt like that. And then in the meantime, I have pastel blend M&M's, milk chocolate. And then I did a springy Easter mix, and we'll put these on top. And then you need Rice Krispies. Generic, totally fine to use for Rice Krispie recipes. You can tell I was at Target when I got all of this stuff. So while that's kind of melting down, I'm going to cut that. And you want to use 5½ cups. So use my Pyrex, so it's 4 cups. And then I need another 1.5 cups. Okay, so I'll put that in there, so that's ready. And now, we like our Rice Krispie bars thick. And what I mean by that is I'm making enough for a 9x13 pan. Okay, you want to keep like stirring this as I'm talking. So I'm making a full 9x13 pan, but when people make their Rice Krispie bars with a 9x13 pan, their Rice Krispie bars are like that thin. And we like things thick around here. So what I do is I take a 9x9 ceramic pan. I don't use a glass one because it kind of bows in on the inside and you don't get the straight. But I use a 9x19 ceramic. Isn't this a pretty pastel color? So when we're done, we're going to press that in there. Now these only should take about 3 to 4 minutes. You can fast forward my video if you don't want to watch me stir. And I'm going to link, I'll link the ceramic pan and my all-clad heavy stock pot. These all-clad are made in the USA, and they are very, very nice pans. This one has the colander, so that if you're boiling noodles, you can just lift it out, and then the noodles are. Okay, it's getting there. Marshmallows melt super quick, so I'm gonna keep going with them. I'll maybe edit part of this out so you don't see me stirring for 5 minutes. I'll show you what that's starting to look like that. See how fast the marshmallows are melting? I kind of like the mini ones a little better for melting. They just seem to melt a lot better than the real thick ones. so that took about 5 minutes to melt because I've got my timer on. And like I said, you don't want to scorch these. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to take my Rice Krispies that I have right here, and I'm going to pour this over the top. Rice Krispies like that. Okay, then you want to, oh my gosh, you don't want to do that. Okay, so now I've got it mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sprinkles to the inside, like that, just so that they're kind of mixed in there a little bit. My husband's probably going to take a bite and be like, oh my gosh, why did you put sprinkles on the inside? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 9x9 pan, like this, back that up a little, so you can see it. Okay, and then I'm going to scoop this into the 9x9 pan. I can see that my pink is going to turn them a little bit pink, but that's okay. Bars are horribly hard to press down, so here's a trick. What I used for the Pyrex that I used for the measuring out the Rice Krispies, spray the bottom, like that, press, like that. They won't stick to it. And then once you kind of get everything pressed down, then you can take your hands, and it's a lot better. See, look at that. That's one thing I don't like about Rice Krispie bars, they're so sticky. Okay, so then they're hardened in there. So that was my trick for, that's such an easy trick. You can do that. All right, so then I'm gonna take a few more sprinkles, sprinkle them over the top, like that. Don't overdo the sprinkles. A lot of people don't like sprinkles. I'm gonna take my M&Ms and probably about 1/4 cup and put them over the top so that everybody that gets a Rice Krispie bar gets several M&Ms. Okay, and then press them in with your hands. Don't just leave them on the top, like just sprinkled, because they need to be like squished in. Okay, look at that. Look at my beautiful, I had one that didn't stick. My beautiful Easter Rice Krispie treats. Thick Rice Krispie treats.